lawn care company called Quiet Lawn, and I'm going to be doing a review of the Mean Green SK-48 lithium ion powered 48-inch mower. We've had this thing. This is going on our third mowing season, and it's been absolutely amazing. I believe we have, let's see, 630 hours on it right now, 635. I'm going to go ahead and let Steve, he's going to go ahead and get started on the next lawn, and I'll keep talking about it. But I can't say enough good things about this. It's made from it's made in America by a family-owned business up in Ohio called Mean Green Products, and this thing is built like a tank. We use this to mow between 15 and 25, quarter acre or so size lots a day, and in the almost 3 seasons I've had this thing, I've only had one issue, a small electronic component that went out. And Mean Green was able to send that to me, and I had it overnight that to me, and I had it replaced. But other than that, I've not had a single issue out of this mower. It cuts beautifully. It's got lots of power. Almost no maintenance whatsoever aside from greasing the front casters and changing the blades. Pretty much all we do is just charge it, just plug it in and charge the whole truck overnight, all of our equipment. And this thing's ready to go. And I've mowed up to 25 lawns with this thing on a single charge, and I've never actually ran out of battery on it. I'm kind of curious, I think I was pretty close at that point, but I'm kind of curious to see how long it would actually mow. But they advertise 7 actual runtime hours, so that might be a 10 or more hour day, depending on the size lawns you're doing. But that's definitely true. It gets at least 7 hours of runtime, and I haven't really seen that go down since I've been using it these last 2 or 3 years. It seems like the batteries are holding just as much of a charge as they were the first day. I'll take you on around here. You can see all of our other equipment is battery powered as well. But extremely well made, as it should be. I don't know if you've priced these, but they're I don't know what the price is now, but they're right around $17,000 for the one that'll run 7 hours. And I would guess an equivalent standard mower, gas standard, would be probably around 8 to 12. So you might be almost double the price of a gas standard. So you would expect them to be very well made, and they're built like a tank. The body's made out of aluminum and steel, and all the components, everything is just very well made. The extra cost, I do think that you'd more than recoup with the reduced cost of maintenance and fuel. I think for our whole operation, charging all of our equipment, mowing maybe 100 yards a week, our power bill might go up maybe $40, $50 a month. I would say if we were using gas equipment, we would be spending $400 to $600 a month on gas for the equipment. So it makes a big difference, especially if this thing gets anywhere close to the amount of life that it's supposed to get. And I think they say the batteries on this thing are rated at 9,000 hours. So if I got 3,000 hours, I would be happy. I would think I would more than recoup the extra cost. But besides the savings on maintenance and things like that, it's just much easier to run. I don't have to worry about it not starting. I don't have to worry about changing belts and pulleys, taking it into the shop. This and that you have to worry about with a gas mower. I don't have to worry about wearing ear protection. I don't have a lot of the issues I had with like when I used to have, I've had landscaping businesses before, and I've used plenty of different types of commercial equipment and mowers, and I don't have to worry about getting a headache from smelling the fumes all day like I used to. A lot of problems that you just take for granted when you have a landscaping business that you don't have with this. It does a really good cut. This centipede grass, which is the predominant grass in our area, doesn't really cut that well, so it's kind of hard to tell. It's not like we have beautiful fescue lawns or bluegrass lawns where you can see the stripes, but this thing does cut very well. It's got plenty of power, just as much power as my old Wright Stander had. It doesn't really bog down that much in thick grass. As far as support, Mean Green is amazing. They're a family-owned business, as I said, based out of Ohio. And when you call them, they always answer, and if they don't, they call you right back. And if you have any issues with parts or whatnot, they overnight them to you. And you can pretty much fix just about anything on this machine yourself very easily. That's the other thing about electric, is it's much simpler to work on. You don't have complex motors and hydraulics and things like that to fool with. If one blade motor goes out, you just unbolt it and unplug it and put another one in. If a wheel motor goes out, it's the same thing. You just replace that wheel motor. There's no real big parts like you have on like on a gas mower, where if the motor goes out, you're having to spend $2,000 or $3,000 to replace a motor. With this thing, if a blade goes out, you just replace a $200 or $300 motor. The only really expensive component would be the batteries, and they're rated at 9,000 hours. So anything else that goes out, you can pretty much rebuild this thing over and over again and just swap out parts as they go out. I can foresee using this thing for 3,000 to 5,000 hours pretty easily, without having to get a new mower. And plenty of power. I don't know if you can tell, but Steve's a big guy. He's probably about 6'3", 350, and this thing carries him around just fine. I believe the mower itself weighs about 750 pounds. But really no issue at all as far as power. The only difference I've noticed over like my old standard mowers, like the Toros and Wrights that I used to use, is just the drive speed. He's probably going about 5 miles an hour. Some of these newer standard mowers, they'll go 8 or 10. I don't know if you could really, with our size lawns, I don't know if that'd be practical. So I don't know if it would really make that much difference as far as how fast you're able to cut a lawn like this. I can't imagine driving around these little tiny lawns at 8 to 10 miles an hour. But that's the only difference I've noticed. Everything else, it's like I said, there's no real disadvantage to it. But just a very well built machine, a great family, great support. And like I said, if you're looking to get into the all-electric lawn business, this is really your only choice. They have the only one I even know that has they have a couple that have came out with commercial versions that I've seen at GIE in the last year. But Greenworks is another company that has some similar models, but they're much more expensive, and they're not even close to the quality and not even close to the run time. So I really don't understand why people would buy the Greenworks version. I've used it, no offense to the Greenworks people, but if you're looking to get into the all-electric lawn care business, this is really your only choice right now. They do have some other companies trying to make commercial-grade battery-powered mowers. One of them is Greenworks. No offense to Greenworks, but their mowers, they don't have nearly the run time, and they're much more expensive. So I really don't get the why you would go with the Greenworks. I've used them, I've demoed them at GIE and other places, but still, if you're looking to get into this, there's no other really option right now over Mean Green. It's a fantastic product. It's very well made. It stands up very well. It's priced much more competitively than the other ones. I know there will be other people getting into the market. I saw multiple other ones attempting to make a commercial grade battery powered mower at the last GIE. I'm sure there'll be even more this year, and I'm sure that eventually all the manufacturers will be making them. But as of now, this is really your only choice. And it's, like I said, it's a really good one. They make a fantastic product. But if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I'd love to help you if that's what you're looking to get into. And thank you, Mean Green, for making such a fantastic product.